I'm just wondering if I am gonna be able to go. I am live. I am live. What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Yeah. This is awesome. All right. Let's we are planning to share this on Facebook, of course. Um yeah, so just a quick opinion, really. My reaction. Oprah interview. Okay. I even spelled Oprah wrong. Look, I think Oprah is very rich. You can't say bad words about Oprah, okay? All right. Anyway, yeah. So, all right. So this is what's up, guys. I don't know. In case you missed it, there was an interview, right? There was an interview by Oprah. Oprah interviewed uh the two Duchess, the the successes. They are called the successes. Because they are successful. Okay, that's why they're called the Duchess and Duke of the Duke and Duchess of success. Because they've had a lot of success. Okay, that's why they're Sussex. Okay, Sussex, South Saxons. Okay, the Saxons who settled in the south in the UK. Sussex, the Duchess of Sussex. Anyway, so I watched that interview. If you didn't watch it, you can always go to Channel 10 in Australia. I'm not sure where you can watch it in the UK or in Zimbabwe, but so I watched the interview. So if you haven't watched the interview and you really don't want to waste your time, you just want someone who will tell you what happened in the interview. I'm your guy. I'm just going to tell you everything that was in there in 10 minutes, in 5 minutes, even. Okay. So, really, what happened in that interview was Meghan Markle, I don't know how to say her name, Meghan Markle, Meghan Michael. Okay. Meghan Michael, right? Meghan Michael and Meghan Michael and her husband alleged that the royal family mistreated them. That's one. So, okay, in order to understand the whole thing, if you are going to watch the show, really, if you're going to watch the interview, what you need, there's two things, two initial things you need to distinguish. There's the members of the royal family. So, the Queen, her husband, Prince Philip, and then there's, um, is it Prince William and his wife, Kate, Princess Kate. Look, I can't say more about that. I'm not sure. I think she's the Duchess of Windsor. Isn't she the Duchess of Windsor? I don't know. Anyway, Kate, right? And yeah, so Kate, all those people, they are members of the royal family. That's one side. The other side that you need to understand is they are different from what is termed the crown. Okay, the crown or the firm or the business end of it all, right? So there's sort of like a business section to the royal family. They even have an HR department, a communications department, etc. So it's a business. So there's a business side to the family besides being king and queen and all these things, or prince or whatever. Besides their titles, there's a business side to it all as well. So that business side is what they call the firm. That's what some people term the crown, etc. Right? Um, but then there's another tricky part, because my analysis is influenced by my watching of the crown, which the people who actually know what's going on in the royal family say we should not take the crown seriously because the crown makes up things. Okay, they make up stuff. Well, it's too late now, because I thought it was all true. Too late. It's too late. I took it all as real. Okay. I don't want to Google and find out how much of the crown is true. I guess I will have to. Right. I will have to. So, but anyway, so you need to know those two things. So when I say the crown, I'm referring to the business side of the family, right? Or I'm referring to the TV show, right? So you will have to guess. So yeah, I guess when I'm referring to the TV show, I would say now on Netflix, The Crown, right? So then you would know I'm talking about The Crown that way. But when I just say The Crown, I'm talking about the business side of the royal family. So now the ufuna amanye ama-Pringles. Thatha isitulo phela uthathe lapha. Thatha isitulo sakho uthathe. Okay, thatha. Anyway, I'm sorry guys if you don't understand the my child was asking me for Pringles. So I asked her to take a chair and go and get the Pringles herself. That was, that's a commercial break. That's a commercial break. Okay. So anyway, you need to know those two things. That way you can actually be able to understand what's happening. And so the real problem that these guys have, Meghan Michael, okay? Meghan Michael. Michael Meghan, right? Or Morgan Michael. No, no, no. Okay. I apologize. I apologize. Absolutely apologize. Okay. I just don't know how to pronounce the name. Okay. So Morgan Michael and Prince Harry, their problem is with the business side of the family. They feel that the business side of the family is trapping or causing the family side, right? Just the family side, the normal family relation side of the family. They feel that the business side is undermining the family relations and what would be downright common sense or things like that. So that's really what their gripe is about. But they feel that those people who are trapped in there are somehow sympathizing with the business side of the family more than they should be more than with the human side of the family. Okay, so I'm giving you the overall thing before you understand what the criticism is. Right. So really what the interview was trying to establish, what Oprah wanted to know was, why did you guys stop, why did you guys leave from, why did you stop being working members of the royal family, right? The senior working members of the royal family. So the business side of the family of the crown, the business side of the crown has got senior working members. And because Prince Harry, him and Meghan Markle were actually on the top end of the business. They were higher ups in the business. And so the question was, why did you stop being working members of the royal family? Right? Why did you decide to do that? And their response was more like, we were forced out. We were forced out because our concerns were not being attended to. What concerns is basically the question there. So the concerns are, one, Meghan Markle, both him and both Meghan Markle and Harry, so both her and him felt that they were not being supported or their concerns were not being responded to. And really, throughout the whole interview, not being supported, Meghan alleged that when she joined the royal family, no one. So if you watch The Crown, Princess Diana is taught how to walk, how to wave, all these things. She said there's none of that. That's just in The Crown. There's none of that. No one supported her. No one taught her how to do anything. She had to Google the national anthem herself, and she had to learn all these Anglican hymns so that she doesn't embarrass the family. No one was mentoring her, and that was her looking. That was her looking into the whole situation. That was just very difficult for her. And she said, I think one of the most telling things she said, the royal family is not like celebrities. The royal family is on another level, right? It's not like celebrities. It's a totally different ball game, right? She said. So it's not just famous people. This is on another level. So yeah, I guess if you watch the interview, what she meant was, the royal family, you whatever you see about the royal family, that's not what it is. Okay, the royal family is different in private compared to what it is in public. Okay, that's basically what she was saying. So yeah, so that was her take. It's different in public as like in public they're always acting. That was her alleging. So if you've watched The Crown, the show from on Netflix, so if you've watched the TV show on Netflix called The Crown, you will know that there's many occasions when someone doesn't want to do something, but they have to do it because it needs to look a certain way. I think the worst thing that's in The Crown about the acting that The Crown puts on is there's a part where they show that the royal family had people that had intellectual disabilities that were recorded in the books as dead when they were alive, right? They were recorded as having died long time ago, and nothing was mentioned about their mental health problems. But actually, those people um, were actually alive and being kept in some institution secretly by the royal family. So the royal family basically was hiding that they have people who have mental health issues because the royal family is supposed to look perfect. It shouldn't have anything bad about it. So so Meghan and Harry are alleging that it's not just that, it's everything. Every day that you see from the crown, it's all a lie. So for example, the wedding that they had, it was a wedding that everyone watched. I remember, where I worked, some of the residents stayed up to watch that wedding. And now we find out from Meghan Markle that they had gotten married um, 3 days before that wedding. They were already married. So the show was for the people, but they had already been married before. They just did their own thing in private, which had nothing to do with creating this big show for everyone, right? So so that's their allegation. Their allegation is everything is fake. And Megan said when she was having mental health issues, um, she was close to harming herself. She was suicidal, and she actually wanted to take her own life. She told Harry, like, I'm dangerous right now, I can kill myself, right? And Harry said, okay, so you don't come with us to this function because you're not in a good place. It's going to be hard for you to act. It's already hard to be acting right now, but since you're about to harm yourself, I don't think you can pull off the act. But she said, there's no way I can stay here, I might kill myself while you're not here. Basically, that's what she implied. And so Harry went with her, and apparently during that whole interview he was holding onto her very tightly, he was holding on to her very tightly because he didn't want her um to feel alone, I guess. But then she says during that function, every time the lights or the camera or the attentions would come to her, she would put up a smile and look like everything is going well, but inside she was dying, right? And then when the cameras went away, she'd start crying, right? So so she says that was the whole difficulty of the whole show. Putting on that whole show, it was always very, very hard. And then the things that kind of made it bad for her was she felt like she was being treated a bit less than, in the sense that, like, she wanted her son to be made prince, and they told her before the son was born that her son wasn't going to be a prince, that her son wasn't going to get security. And she was worried about that because they'd been receiving all these bad threats, and also they'd also been receiving bad press. And Meghan and Harry felt like the royal family actually can quell some of these rumors, right? They can quell some of these rumors. And the fact that they didn't, she felt like they were not protecting her when she was having all these bad headlines in the tabloids. And she said these things were false, like the allegation that she made Kate cry prior to her wedding. And that story came 7 months later, but she says that it was actually the opposite. Kate made her cry, and Kate actually apologized and brought flowers and gave her a note, etc. So so she said she was asking them, can you please correct this information? And she alleges that the royal family sometimes corrects information from the tabloids, if it suits them. And she felt like they were correcting all these trivial things. She didn't give any examples. She felt they were correcting all these trivial things, but they were leaving her out there to be fried by the paparazzi, basically. And so this is where Harry comes in, and Harry felt like this is like his mom's life 2.0. And also when you add in the fact that she's a foreigner, when you add in the fact that she's a black woman, he felt like the risk was even higher. So that's why they then made the call to, to exit. And they didn't exit, they didn't blindside the queen. He said they spoke to the queen, because the tabloids say that they blindsided the queen. So he says they didn't blindside the queen. They told the queen that they were going to leave. He spoke to his dad, spoke to his brother, etc, and they explained everything. And I think one of the other things that we the two big things was, Megan said that she even went to the HR department and says, guys, I'm about to kill myself. Can you do something for me? Let me leave the palace and go somewhere to get treatment. And they told her, you can't leave, you can't go. And then the conversation continued in that vein, right? And then the second thing was, so the conversation between Oprah and Megan continued after Megan had said she's she was denied the chance to go somewhere to get mental health, um, to get her mental health issues attended to. And then she said, on top of them telling her that her son was not going to take have security, they also said that her son was not worthy to. No, not worthy. She said that when they were talking about that, that's when they talked about the color of her son's skin, wondering if he was gonna be, black people. This is an interesting part, right? Being called a black person doesn't mean your skin is black. It means you are a black person. You belong to the group of people called black. So you could be an albino, you could be, depending on which part of the world you are, you could be, you could have a white parent and you'd still qualify as black. You could have two two parents who are, maybe one parent is three quarters black and one parent is oh, no, no, so let's say one parent is three quarters white and the other parent is half white. When the baby is born, depending on where you are, the baby is still black. Okay, depends where you are. If you're in Brazil, one drop of white, you're white. Right? If you're in other places, one drop of black, you're black, right? So so she says there was a conversation about, was her son going to be very dark or, a bit light skin, etc. So she's the way she say framed it was, okay, it seemed a bit racist. Okay. I think those are the major things. And then Harry came in and said, me, I don't talk to my dad anymore, I don't talk to my brother. That's what he said. That's what I heard. Okay. He said, I don't talk to my dad. I don't talk to my brother. Right. That's what he didn't exactly say it that way, but that's what it means. Like, we really are not on good talking terms. Like, they're not, they may talk, but they're not on that, family level. So, yeah. So, but he felt that and this, yeah. So those are the things that they really laid out there. And I think the last and most interesting thing that they laid out was, there's a relationship between the press and the crown, right? The press um kind of puts out positive vibes into the community, puts out positive headlines, says good things about the royal family, and the royal family throws parties and gives money to the press, basically. So it's a relationship of, you say good stuff about me, I give you money. So Harry even implied that the royal family or the crown is sort of beholden to the press. And if you understand how the European monarchies fell, once upon a time back in the past there, so I guess this is the worry of the people or the people in the palace, what, in Buckingham Palace, right? That's their worry, that one day the masses will turn on them, just like it happened, like in the French Revolution and all, and in Russia and all these places. So that's their worry. And so they're always trying to get the press to be on their side, right? So that's I think that's like the little bit that you need to know at the bottom. And that's why Megan was arguing that, look, you guys are always having these parties with these people, you should ask them to at least put in a good word for me, or at least stop lying about me, right? um yeah. So that's basically what they said. So now let's start with my reaction, and then I'll tell you the So anyway, the palace reacted. Let's start with the palace. The palace reacted to all this, I think, a day or two afterwards, and they said, "Well, we have different memories of the events, right? Basically, she is probably lying, right? That's they said in a smart way. They said she is a liar, right? But they said it in a nice way. They're like, "Rec- what did they say? Recollections may differ." May vary. I think they said recollections may vary, something like that. Some posh way of saying you're lying, right? That's what they said. And they said, yeah, and we handle this privately. Thank you very much. Right. Which I thought was very classy. That was very classy. That was not saying, oh, she's a liar. I hate her, blah, blah, blah. And she did this. But they basically said, yeah, we're going to handle this quietly. So, in other words, don't come and ask us. Okay. So they basically said, she's lying and don't ask us what we think. Right. that's, that's basically it. She's lying and we're not telling you what we think. Right. That's what they said. And so this is my reaction. My reaction is, if Meghan and Prince Harry actually want a relationship with their family, maybe this is a desperate move on their part to get their family to play ball and listen to them, listen to their concerns, etc. But I feel like if you have this public interview and say one of them is a racist, right? Or and I'm not telling you which one, right? Or some of them are racist, or most of them are racist, but I'm not telling you which ones, right? I'll just say it's not the Queen and it's not Prince Philip. If you say that, to me, I feel like you should provide the evidence, right? So that and you should actually name the person or the group of people, etc. I feel like you need to provide the evidence. If you don't want to give the names of the people, give a full explanation of exactly what happened, exactly who said what, and what exactly did they what was their worry about the child's skin color. You have to be very fully transparent. I'm a transparency person. I believe in transparency. So I think that was the problem, that they didn't do that. So I feel like it it undermines what they're trying to achieve. I feel like if someone did that publicly and then asks for the relationship to be restored, I feel like it makes the relationship harder to actually restore. And then yeah, so that's my reaction. That's what I think about the most. As to whether or not it was racist to ask if the child's skin was going to be darker or lighter in complexion, I don't know. I don't think it's important to me, because I think most people can see people's skin color that's different tones, and most people okay, some people care about it, some people don't care about it, right? But asking about it, I don't see it as a bad thing, right? I don't see it as a bad thing. But don't ask me, okay? Don't call me and ask me how dark my baby's skin is. No, I'm lying. I don't mind, right? I don't mind all these questions, but I'm just saying, I don't like, everyone has these curiosities. So is that what happened? Or did they say, well, if he's too dark, we can't make him Prince? So since we haven't seen him, we can't make him Prince yet, because what if he comes out, what if he comes out looking Sudanese or something, right? Um, or looking like a Zimbabwean, looking like me, right? Let's show my troops. Let's show my proper complexion. That's my proper complexion. Is that my proper complexion? Yeah, maybe somewhere there. That's somewhere. That's my proper complexion. Maybe they were worried about that, right? So maybe they were worried about that. I don't know. We need to know more information. This is exactly the same thing I say when, like when UEFA is having an investigation, or if we're having a VAR review in soccer. It's always better to have the information. Always better to have the information, so that everyone can know what the controversy is about, and what decisions have been made, and why those decisions have been made. So even for the palace to play the, yeah, we'll do this privately, so go away, I feel like that's not even good enough. Once the whole thing is out in the public, I think it behooves the palace, if they're going to respond. If they'd asked me for my advice, I would have said to the palace, don't even respond. Like, just shut up and just let it go, right? And just say, look, guys, the palace does not comment on these issues in public. That's it. That to me would have been a better way to handle it than to say, well, we'll deal with it privately, but it looks like we didn't know enough. To me, I think you're admitting too much, and and you're opening the door to too many things, because you never know. Those guys might fire back and say, no, 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 no. They can't say they didn't know. I've got this email, I've got this, I've got that. And you're opening the door to more things. So I think the Queen should have been just like, like Thomas Partey. I don't know if you know who Thomas Partey is, right? But it should have been like Sergio Busquets or someone, those central midfielders who don't run around. They just, they're very cool. Okay, they're not like those soccer people who score and they take off their shirts and go crazy. The Queen should have just been cool about everything and just been quiet and let it all go. But just giving a bit of a reaction, I don't think that was enough. For me, I'm a transparency person. Once it's in the public, I think it's better for the Queen to actually address everything. Because, yeah, because you don't know how Black Lives Matter is going to react to all this if another thing happens, right? So you're rather you're better off showing that she was lying, right? So that um, she's totally cut off if she was lying. But if you're going to just play this, oh no, we'll deal with it privately. I'm telling you, something else is going to come out. Because I don't think Harry and Meghan are going to walk away from this. I think they're going to do another thing. They're going to do another thing. They might do a movie. They're going to do another thing. So it's better that the Queen had just kept quiet about the whole thing altogether than to give a half, a half committed response. So yeah, so that's my reaction there, guys. What else did I would say? Anything else that I wanted to say? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On a lighter note, well, Megan said that they rescue chickens, right? She said they rescue chickens. They've got a chicken coop thing that they rescue chickens and they try to raise them free and all that. Well, congratulations to them for rescuing chickens. But when Harry came to join the interview, and Harry was asked about their new baby that they're having, Harry said, "Yeah, we have a great family. We've got two kids, one in Megan's belly and one out here, and we've also got two dogs. Our family is complete." Well, I thought that was wrong because he didn't say anything about the chickens, unless they're planning to eat the chicken. So I think those chickens think they've been rescued, but oh no, they're planning to cook you, planning to take your eggs and sell them. That's what they're planning to do. Yeah, but that's a lighter note. At the end of the day, well, we're happy with whatever happened with those guys. Look, I don't think it's over. That's my opinion. I don't think it's over. I think Meghan and Harry are going to be back with more information because there's 2 more hours of that interview that Oprah said she has. So I feel like they're gonna do an Amarosa. Okay. So let's wait and see what happens. Okay, guys. See you next time. Bye.